Hey, this is Short John Red, and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. I'm sorry, I swear, I have no idea why. Sorry, I'm just adjusting the audio. I have no idea why I need to clear my throat every time I start one of these videos. Anyways. Hopefully that's not too quiet, but also, like, it's loud enough you can hear it, but quiet enough so you can hear my voice through all the music. Anyways, it was only really the first 2 episodes, that got updated. But, I figured, might as well, continue. Sorry, this intro's gone way long. And let's just do a little recap. Let's see. Oh, the text, the dialogue doesn't quite fit on here. Oh boy, they... Okay, anyways. Sunshine filters in through the dusty windows of the estate as your eyes flit open. Flit open? I never heard that word before. You managed to survive a second night in the town of Scarlet Hollow. As you pull yourself out of bed, you can almost feel the soot and grime of the Shaw mine still stuck to your skin. Yeah, let's take a shower. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. The water's hot and, surprisingly enough, clean. As steam fills your lungs and soot washes down on the drain, you think about Rosalina's shattered leg and the image of a foot barely still attached to her body. Yeah, that's gotta be horrific. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. Time to start your day. Let's check on the possum again. There's 2 of them now. Dustin and Dustin Mom. That's what they're called. Please get on my dresser. The larger possum hisses, the smaller possum joins. They bare their many teeth at you in unison, intending to frighten you away from what is clearly their territory. Yeah, don't pet a possum. Just bad idea. You had enough of the growing family of possums that live in your dresser, at least for the time being. You hold your breath and approach the bedroom window. After finding that blueprint and viscera in the garden yesterday, you can't but anticipate something staring back at you. It's the same view. That it is. Every time you see that doll, your heart skips a beat. It hasn't moved, right? Let's just text Kenny. Yeah, and sorry, I just need a... Pull your phone. What should I send her? Let's how are you holding up? It'll probably be a bit before you get a response. You've done everything you wanted to do up here. It's time to start your day. You enter the kitchen to find your cousin in the midst of devouring a pint of banana chocolate chunk. She isn't alone. Frou-Frou glares at you from her usual spot on the counter as a red-haired woman busies herself trying to tidy as best as she can. You have to imagine that the fresh face in the kitchen is Janie. Tabitha did mention that she comes in on Wednesdays to clean. Tabitha's eyes dart to the corner of the room, almost as if she's ashamed to be caught in the act of stress-eating ice cream for breakfast. Hi, you must be Janie. Tabitha mentioned you'd be coming in today. I'm not exactly sure why the book smart trait is required to say this, but whatever. That's right. I'm just here to do a little bit of cleaning. What cleaning Miss Tabitha will let me do, at least. I could have this place looking brand new, you know. Don't go making any big reservations or moving anything around. I like knowing where my stuff is. I recorded episode 2 of my hardcore playthrough, and I mean, if you see the video, you'll know, but apparently now I know why Tabitha doesn't like having her house clean. Okie dokie. It's so nice to finally meet you, Odie. Both Miss Pearl and Miss Tabitha have talked about you, Janie, so much, but hearing about someone and meeting them face to face are two completely different things, I suppose. All I'm trying to say is that's wonderful to finally actually meet you, and I'm so happy part of the family's here to keep Miss Tabitha coming with everything that's Janie. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Tabitha. Am I being too much again? Tabitha grumbles in acknowledgement. Hi. Sorry, just a bit confused. My mic is working right now. I'm hoping that it is. It seems to be. Wait, any updates on Rosalina? Yeah, they had to take her foot. Her dad's lucky she's alive. Tata takes one last spoonful of ice cream and discards the empty container, turning to you with her trademark scowl. Yeah, that... I wanted to make a comment, but I literally have no idea what I want to say. Let's get going. I got an errand to run in town, and every time I left you alone here, something terrible will wound up happening to you, so you're coming with me. Take her foot? Jesus, Tabitha, you're not mincing words. What, you'd rather I sugarcoat what happened? Not really. You'd rather I say, unfortunately, they weren't able to save the leg. That kid was brave, and she was horribly punished for it. Sparing the grisly details does her disservice for her own comfort. Well, that's an interesting way to look at it. Now, shall we go, or would you rather keep bombarding me with guilt for something I personally begged you not to do? Alright, let's go. It'll be good to get to know each other a little better. Sorry, I'm afraid I'm... maybe for the hardcore playthrough, but not this one. Jenny, lock up when you leave, please. And don't go rearranging anything, I'll know. As you're ready to leave, Janie approaches you from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the two of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Oh, Odie, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I mean, I heard about before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and then I heard again. Sorry, I just kind of imagine her having a little bit of a southern drawl. I just wanted to say that... Sorry, I need to breathe. I just want to say that I'm so sorry you got caught up in that. I'll be praying for Oscar and poor little Rosalina. They're such sweethearts. Couldn't happen to nicer people. Thanks, last night was a lot. If you ever need to talk to anyone, my husband is the local pastor. He's a gentle man and always willing to lend an ear. He's actually been going a little stir-crazy since we moved here, with nobody really attending ceremonies. It'll probably do him a lot of good to talk to you through your work. I'm not really religious. And that's true for me in the real world. I just don't believe in that. That's alright. My Daniel likes to talk with all sorts of people. He just wants to extend support to anyone who needs it. Feel free to stop by the church anytime. The door is always open. Well, it's been nice meeting you, but I gotta bounce. Bye, Janie. Alrighty then. Be safe out there, you two. You and Tabitha walk through the doors of the estate and into the car. The ride to town is uneventful. Your cousin unsurprisingly more focused on the road than on making conversation. Sorry, I just... still trying to get used to this headset. Alright, we're just popping into the general store for a few minutes. What are we doing at a general store? Picking up tea from Sybil. You drink tea. Yeah, whatever. I do a lot of stuff you don't know about. Apparently, there's still a lot I don't know about you. It helps me relax. You know, after everything that's happened the past few days, it's kind of nice to just go on an errand. Exactly. You and Tabitha turn as the door to the general store bursts open. A flustered Kanika exits, shouting behind her. Fine, okay, keep calling him. Keep letting him get away with stuff you would never have let me so much as think about. I'm sick of carrying this family. I could basically see the oof in her pose. Kiga storms off, the door slowly drifting shut behind her. Other people and their trauma. If more people kept things to themselves, they'd be a lot happier. What should I say? You know, Tabitha has a few different responses depending on your relationship with her. I haven't exactly been the best cousin in this route. But alright. That's very Hemingway of you. It worked out great for all his characters too. And for him. How dare you compare me to him? That man wrote sentences like he was a child. Funny enough, I think there are a lot of people who would agree with you. I don't read, but I have not heard too many good things about the books of Ernest Hemingway. Really, the most I know about is from that film theory video about Deadpool. I don't have time to read books anymore, anyways. I read expense reports now. Expense reports. Okay, that's what she said. We're burning daylight. Come on already. Miles again. The bells of the general store chime as you... sorry, itchy head. The bells of the general store chime as you cross the threshold. The smells of old wood and steamy herbal tea flood your senses, making you feel instantly at home. Good morning, too. Hope you're doing well after last night's activities. Morning. Is the new blend ready? Of course. Odie, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tal and I will just be a minute. I do mind very much. Sounds like your daughter's pretty mad at you, Sybil. She just needs a little time to cool down. Yesterday was a bit much for her, so I'm giving her some space. Sure you are. Sure, that's what's happening. And you're not just playing blatant favorites. Slow motions for Tabitha to fall, and they both disappear into the tea room, closing the door behind them with a tinkling, sorry. You know, I can read fine, it's just there are some words I don't fully get. Yeah, I don't have the street marts or keen eye traits, so I'm not gonna bother trying to listen in, and I have absolutely nothing to say to you, Miles, so you decide to quietly wait. There's a long before your thoughts are interrupted by the tinkling of bells announcing another person. Or in this case, 2 patrons. Well, you've never seen the man beside Duke before, but whoever he is, he's big. He certainly is big. If it ain't Odie, Bo, this is Miss Scarlet's cousin. He was there with me that night in the woods. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. My name is Bo. I'm Duke's boy. Howdy. I'm the one saying howdy, but I'm not. Bo, I've been faring better since all that unpleasantness. How's Birdie doing? Oh, she's hanging there. We managed to cut that little critter out of her and stitch her back up, but she ain't happy about her situation. Huh, I don't know if that was in the last game in the previous version before. We got her set up in a closet with a heat lamp, but been trying to feed her all her favorite foods, scrambled eggs and whatnot, but she hasn't been too interested. You're feeding a chicken scrambled eggs! You're feeding... Isn't that basically cannibalism? At least she's not out in them woods. Oh, I don't even get to comment on that. Anyways, things have gotten worse. I did hear whispers about what happened up at the mines last night. Sorry to hear about poor little Rosalina. Scarlet ain't no safe this week, it would seem. How you been? Are you hanging in there? Oh, I can't complain. Now that we know what's been getting at the chickens, then things won't so much as step foot on my property. Not with Bo and me watching the perimeter with our shotguns at the ready. We even set the misses with their pistol. Good thing we've been watching. Nearly caught Julius trying to make out with Big Betty. As if he could have carried off a nearly 2,000-pound pumpkin of his own. I'd almost love to see him try. It's not like we'll be taking her to the state fair anyways. Now all she's good for is making the world's largest pumpkin pie. I don't think Mom has a tin big enough for a Betty-sized pumpkin pie, Daddy. Imagine that. The world's largest pumpkin pie. Who's Julius? Julius Tremaine. He practically spits the name. Some cousin, however many times removed, though I don't claim him as kin. He owns a farm next door, except he doesn't seem to have a good grasp on whose property is whose. He thinks he owns half our land, always sneaking around and taking vegetables we planted. Of course, the way he tells it, we're the ones stealing from him, saying he's the one putting seeds in the ground. He's a miserable old cuss, and he knows it too. Cuss. Apparently Duke isn't gonna swear in front of his own son. Even though he's a grown man now. Stealing vegetables, born of other folks' hard labor is practically the only joy he has in life. Oh yeah, I did read about that. I read about your family feud in the library. Did you now? Weird bit of local history for someone to decide to write down. It ain't even interesting. Those things we saw on Monday are apparently called ditchlings. They're supposed to be a bad omen. Ditchlings? Sounds like some old folktale. Suppose that suits them. As for being an omen, I believe that too. I suppose there's not much to be done if they're forewarning some kind of disaster besides looking out for me and mine. Still, I appreciate you telling me, Odie. Have you seen any of them around your farm? Yeah, we saw a few of those critters. They got scared off before I could start shooting. Nasty little buggers. We've all been losing sleep making sure we can keep an eye on things. It's even rubbing off on the hens. None of the little lays have been laying this week. You know, Daddy, I bet some big mastiff, whatever that is, could keep them things away. This seems just like the kind of job for a guard dog. Now don't you start again, we ain't getting a dog. I have enough mouths to feed, and as much as you say you'll take responsibility, I know it'd be me cleaning up after. Besides, I don't have much faith those things would be stopped by a dog. I saw more than a few in that nest. Well, nice seeing you, Duke. It was a pleasure running into you, Odie, but we'd best get on with our shopping. Can't spend too long away from the farm with those little devils running around. Can't leave Mama all by up there for very long. You have a good one. Hope Scarlet treats you better from now on. Oh, the hell's only just getting started. It was nice to meet you, Odie. Please tell Miss Scarlet I'm sorry about her mama. They shuffle off into the aisles. Tab and Sybil are still in the tea room. Your phone buzzes. Slide into the DMs, are we? If you want to hang out, I'm parked in the abandoned lot by the gas station. It's hard to miss. Sorry, Tabitha, but oh damn it! I had a missed opportunity there. I could have been like, get close to my cousin or spend time with the hot goth. I am a weak-willed fool. You follow the directions Kenia texted you and soon find yourself in a disused parking lot hidden behind her shops on Main Street. She's sitting alone in the back of her van, but she knows you lurking on the edge of the parking lot and waves, her troubled expression brightening into a smile. Hey, you made it. Hop in. Sorry if this is a weird place to hang out. I'm taking a mental health day. I kinda need some space from the store. Plus, I feel like ass. I'm exhausted and a little out of it. Must have inhaled too much coal dust last night. Oh boy, let's... Well, you look great, and you really do. Like, I think that's a Silence of the Lambs shirt right there. Wait, do you have an axolotl? A little axolotl toy? Hey, I love axolotls too. We got so much in common. Are you trying to lay the charm down? Huh? Are you trying to lay down the charm on me? Maybe it's working. Cue it up and see. Anyways, do you think that something in the mines made you sick? Keen reflects on your question and shudders. I was chalking up to spending too much time breathing in that old mine dust, but with whatever happened to Wayne, I don't want to think about. Are you sick? Oh, that's right, powerful Bill. I've never been sick in my life. Okay, I think that's a relief. Normal sick and coal dust-induced asthma I can handle. Skin melting off, not so much. What's going on with you and your folks? Well, her mom. I don't know why I said folks. Are you sure you want me to get into it? I don't want to dump all that drama on you. Yeah, let's be reasonable. Only if you're comfortable sharing. I don't want to pressure you into saying something you'd rather keep private. It would honestly be a relief to talk about with someone. Thanks, Odie. Especially since you were there last night, so you know how it felt to survive something like that unscathed. And to know not everyone was so lucky. So after I got home last night, I had to deal with my brother. He really made me feel like I was the bad guy, especially once we got home. Like what happened to Rosalina was my fault. And Mom didn't help. She never does. She always takes his side, saying he's young and allowed to make mistakes. Mistakes I could never dream of getting away with. When we told her what happened, she just said the same shit she always does about family and getting along, and sent us to bed with tea. Her favorite method of conflict resolution. As if a little hot leaf water ever really helped anybody. God, what do I... Man, like... Yeah, I don't know how you deal with these people. Like, an obnoxious little brother... and a mom that gaslights and emotionally manipulates you. And yes, that's how I see it. She's basically a gaslighter. Sybil, I'm referring to. One day at a time. It kind of boiled over this morning, though. She wound up blaming me for letting Miles sneak off into the mine, saying that if I'd been working like I was supposed to, he wouldn't have gotten into trouble. Like I'm supposed to be in charge of a sulking teenager every second of the day. While working. And it's not like I don't care. I'm always stressing out that kid. Or the store. Or the million other little things I'm supposed to deal with. None of this should be on me. These are the best years of my life, and I'm... sorry, stupid itch. Anyways, as she was saying, these are the best years of my life, and I'm wasting them in this dying town, keeping a store afloat while Mom just messes around with her little herbs or whatever. I'd make it out of here. Damn, I'd gotten to grad school. I was good at it. I was gonna graduate with honors and everything. But Dad died and I came back for the funeral, then I had to stick around just to help Mom sort out a few things. First it was a month, then 2, and now I'm here over a year later and those things became my life. I don't want to be this person. If I could, I'd just drive this van all the way to the coast, lie down on the beach and never come back. What about Stella and Reese? Look, when it comes to Reese, I love the dude, but I haven't seen him in person in a long time. Hardly a reason to stay. Fair enough. Stella, though, she was so happy when I came back. I mean, she was upset about the circumstances, but she missed me so much. And I just haven't made time for her. I know she understands why, but I feel awful just driving off and leaving things like this. It must get lonely out here. It really does. I've only known you for like a day, and I already feel a lot closer to you than I do anyone in this town that isn't Stella. If I'm being honest, all I want to do right now is drive out here and take you with me. Maybe tomorrow. Still made all those ghost hunting plans. I can't just skip up on her like that. But yeah, tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow. And I'm serious. You should come with me. God, of course I feel like an asshole for talking about all this now, the morning after a collapse. But I guess that's what pushed all this over the edge. Nothing like a major disaster to make you question the direction your life is taken, right? Amen. Well, I've never had anything like that happen to me, but yeah, I've certainly questioned my life choices as well. due to certain events. I only just now noticed this broken brick wall. Yep, I'm gonna keep flirting. I wouldn't have met you if I hadn't stuck around. It's not all bad. You're right. I guess some good things can come from messed up situations. I'm serious, by the way. If I leave town tomorrow, when I leave town tomorrow, you should come with me. Why leave tomorrow, though? If you're serious about getting out here, it should be today. I can't let Stella down like that. Before you say anything, this is different than the stuff with my family. I like Stella. Fair enough. She does have her charms. How are you doing after last night, aside from the family stuff? Not great if you couldn't tell by now. At least I won't be able to get some... I was able to get some sleep once the adrenaline wore off, even if I barely feel like I got any rest at all. Before things got healed with my folks, Mom gave me some of this tea that's supposedly good for, I don't know, recovery, rejuvenation. It must have been caffeinated or something because it did not help me fall asleep. It might not have been caffeinated, but there's definitely something in that tea that you shouldn't have had. But it's kind of helped me with the headache, and at least it tastes good. What about you? You know what? Let's say I feel guilty. I feel guilty. After everything that's happened the past couple of nights, I just feel guilty. Like I don't deserve to be doing okay when other people have suffered so much. Me too, but that's just survival skill, right? We shouldn't let it get to us. You haven't done anything wrong. Well, except for snitching to Tabitha about those kids, but hey, nobody's perfect. You're not gonna let me live that down, are you? But more on that later. I'm just gonna go in order. Have you heard about what happened to Rosalina? Apparently they had to do an amputation. Holy shit, I knew that injury looked serious, but I didn't think it'd be that bad. That poor kid. Guess it's good that, well, we all got out of there. It probably could have gone a lot worse. But that's easy for me to say. I'm not the one in the hospital right now. It's just not fair. Are we still going over to Reese's place today? Oh right, with everything going on, I almost forgot. Yeah, that sounds... yeah, I think that's around 4. Here's hoping he's still up for it. I'm dying to know what he's been up to in that little dungeon room of his. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about the guy. Why can't I read this? Even with everything else that's been going on. He's so mysterious. Can't wait to meet this strange basement man. I'm glad you found his Phantom of the Opera vibes intriguing. It's probably gonna be good for him to meet new people. Maybe we'll get him to leave his underground fortress every now and then. I'm okay. Just need to breathe. Any tips for making a first impression? I don't think you need to worry about making a good impression. If I know Reese, he'll be way too worried about his own shit to even think to be offended by anything you say. Even if you saw his art, you'll probably just think he deserved it. The poor guy. Oh, that was so sad. Don't do that, by the way. It'd be like kicking a puppy. I'm definitely not gonna do if you're gonna give me that face. What kind of art does he do? Really dark stuff. It's good though. The guy's terrible at getting out there. Not that I blame him, but it's the sort of stuff that'll blow up the second he dies. Yeah, I'm pretty bad getting out there too, and I am not sick. Well, not anymore right now, but whatever. I'm about as thick as a fiddle. Which hopefully won't be for a very long time. Sorry to get a little macabre. Well, I hope he lives up to the hype. go easy on the dude. He's a little shy, so don't expect him to blow you away with the sheer force of his charisma. His art does a lot of the talking for him. You know, I don't trust his mom. I mean, I know why she's... Again, Odie doesn't have the context yet, so... I don't either. Things just don't add up with the two of them. Oh, okay, here's an interesting conversation. But let me check the time. I can keep going. So, ghost hunting tonight. That's why I'm still here, right? I'm still pretty sure there are no such things as ghosts, but I'm starting to lose a bit of that conviction. After last night, after seeing those ditch things in the road, Kanika visibly shudders. Here's hoping it's just the pipes or something. I don't need to see any more supernatural shit this week. You know, let's just be compassionate. I'm just looking forward to helping Oscar feel safe in his house. Whether there's a ghost or not, I want to help him and Rosalina feel comfortable moving back in. Same here. That poor kid. I just hope this hasn't been too traumatic for her. Okay, here's the part that I find interesting. I thought you were a skeptic. You seem a lot more open about the supernatural than you were yesterday. A true skeptic is also skeptical of their own biases, and always ready to admit when they're wrong. I'm going in with an open mind. Besides, I always wanted to believe in magic. Like back when we were kids and still making videos together, I was embarrassingly into it. There are probably still videos on YouTube of middle school me genuinely trying to transform into a Sailor Scout. That sounds so adorable. Please don't look them up. I thought that if magic was real and I figured out how to use it, I'd actually be able to leave this town. Kanika stares at the ground, embarrassed. I just wanted to get isekai, you know? I guess being good at school is enough to make that happen in its own way. Even if I had wound up stuck in the same hole I managed to dig myself out of. Dang it, she didn't say the thing, but like... she makes a comment about how if you're incapable of changing your beliefs when presented with new information, then you're not really a true skeptic. You're just a different kind of true believer. Which I think is a very interesting, you know, idea. Like, I mean, I consider myself a skeptic, but I at least try to keep in mind, though it's not always easy. You would not believe how hard it is to get out of certain mindsets, even if you genuinely want to get out of said mindsets. And here's the $1 million question or conversation. Or you and my cousin don't seem to get along very well. That's putting it lightly, but yeah, sometimes you don't get along with people. If you have to ask, I think she's a repugnant, selfish human being to her core. And she's a big jerk, too. Well, she's certainly a jerk, but I wouldn't go that far. Did she do something to you? This seems personal. Besides her general bad attitude, no, she hasn't necessarily done anything to me. But her mom tried to buy the general store out from under my dad more times than he could count. She was an absolute snake of a woman, and the apple didn't fall far from the tree, judging by how Tauta treats the miners. If I were here, I'm sure the store would have already belonged to Scarlet. There's no way Mom or Miles would have the backbone to stand up to her. Just know how this town manages to keep its nasty little hooks in me. She and Stella seem like they're close, or at least like they used to be. Yeah, I don't know what's still a songer, but they got pretty close in high school. I was taking a lot of online AP classes, so I wasn't around like I used to be. Maybe it's my fault they wound up hanging out so much. It seemed like they were always together, but by the time I got back to town, they didn't seem to be talking anymore. Never really got the whole picture what happened there, but thank God it meant I didn't have to see that woman all the time. Maybe it still brought out a better side of her? Maybe, but whatever side she might have seen, I sure as hell haven't seen it. Well, at least you're not denying the possibility. But wouldn't buying the general store be your ticket out of here? It's not that simple. My dad worked so hard to keep that store out of the Scarlet's hands. He knew as soon as Pearlin got it, she'd have a stronghold on housing, work, and supplies for the miners. Next thing you know, your town has lost 100 years of progress, and you're back in the era of company towns. Don't remind me. If I left, it would be a slap in the face to everything my family has worked towards since my grandfather's time. It sucks that I'm the only one in the family who cares about that anymore, but I guess that's life. No offense, but you're planning on leaving. Isn't that a little hypocritical? Crazy to think I might just leave it all for the vultures. Again, like before, I'm just gonna choose the most neutral. I'm kinda ambient towards her. Really? Your cousin's a lover or hater kind of person, and I'm pretty sure most people fall under hate. I don't know how you could possibly feel ambient towards that woman. We're just gonna end it there. Okay, let's just... A soft breeze blows across the lot as you and Kanika share a quiet moment. Both of your phones buzz in unison. You reach for them at the same time. OMG, I overslept. Almost forgot it's Mayor Jimmy Day. Good excuse to head over to the library. We should check in with Oscar. Meet you all there in half an hour. Wow, I totally blanked on the Mayor Jimmy thing. It's almost like we went through a traumatic event or something and I'm not on top of my schedule. But still's right, this gives a chance to meet with Oscar. Mayor Jimmy's awful cute. I guess it's time to meet the dog mayor. It's fun timing if you already know about the mayor's secret. Aries will chill with Mayor Jimmy, go to Reese's for dinner, then do some ghost hunting. Thank God we have so much going on today. I really needed the distraction. And thanks for letting me vent earlier. It helped. Shall we? Okay, I'm gonna end the episode here, and I'll see you in the next one. This was Short John Red, and stay safe out there, all of you.